Okay, this is point number 7. GSM call procedure. GSM call procedure means what? How our call is going to connect to the other end of the user. That is, if you want to call to your friend, your colleague, or your family friends, anyone, what are all the process has to be taken place before connecting the call. That has to be seen today. We'll see this point today. We have seen number of in architecture. There are number of parameters we have seen. By using those parameters itself, the call has to be connected. The call has been connected. Which are those parameters in the architecture we have seen? That is of mobile station, that is MS. Second is BTS, that is base transceiver station. And third parameter is BSC, base station controller. And fourth main parameter is MSC, that is mobile switching center. And this mobile switching center is also connected to the some of the sub parameters. Those parameters are nothing but what? HLR, that is home location register, and second is VLR, visitor location register, and next is EIR, equipment identity register, and last is authentication, that is AUC. Once this process has been done, that call has been connected to the other end of the user, that is of MS2 mobile station 2. Means what? One end, that is mobile station 1, and other end, that is mobile station 2. You people, you are calling to your friend, that is mobile station 1 is you, and the mobile station 2 is your friend. Okay, before connecting the call, within a fraction of second, what all the functions has to be taken place, we'll see by practically, that is GSM call procedure. Before connecting the call, it has to do all the processes before ringing. What all the processes has to be taken place means what? Just you have to see how that is practically going on. Before you are dialing the number, from the BTS, that is base transceiver station, your mobile is accessing by some of the channels. Your mobile has been accessing by some of the channels. Those channels are nothing but what? BCCH, broadcast control channel, BCCH, and second channel is FCCH, that is frequency correction channel, and the third channel is synchronization channel, that is always in a downlink stage. Always they are in the downlink. Okay, always your mobile station is idle mode, your mobile station is in silent mode. In that idle mode, the BTS, that is base transceiver station, is always accessing your mobile station. Those mobile station is going to access that BTS is going to access your mobile station with some of the channels. Those channels are nothing but what? BCCH, that is broadcast control channel. Second is FCCH, that is frequency correction channel, and the third is synchronization channel. Without these three channels, we can't access the network, we can't access any of the signals. So that is what? Always BTS is going to access your mobile station in the downlink stage with some of the three channels, that is BCCH, FCCH, and SCH, that is synchronization channel. Once, if you want to make a call, if you want to access any of the network, the mobile station will send a request with the channel, that is RACH, that is random access channel. Random access channel has been released from your mobile station to the BTS. Once that BTS has been reached, that BTS will send that channel to the BSC, that is base station controller. I want to access the network, I want to make a call to one of my friends. That random access channel has been released. Once the request has been received from your mobile station to the BTS to the BSC will send a one channel. BSC will send a one channel, that is what? Access grant channel, AGCH, access grant channel. The grant has been given for accessing the network. The grant has been given to you for dialing the number, for connecting the call to your friend. That channel is what? Access grant channel. channel. Once the access grant channel has been reached to your mobile station, the one channel has been released. One channel has been released, that is SDCCH, standalone dedicated control channel. Once the standalone dedicated control channel, this channel has been released, the process has been started. The process has been started. Which are all the process has been started? Once you dialed the number, in that number there is one identification is present, that is a IMSI, International Mobile Subscriber Identity. International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Once you dial your number, once you dial your friend number, in that number the one identification is present. That identification is what? International Mobile Subscriber Identity. That is nothing but your 10-digit number. That is what? 15-digit number. Okay, that 15-digit number, it includes your country code, your MSC ID, and your 10-digit number. Okay, that has to be request. That request has sent from your mobile station to MSC. That request has been sent from your mobile station to MSC, that is Mobile Switching Center. Once that request has been received from your mobile station to the MSC is start that work. MSC is going to start that work. All this process is taken place in a fraction of second. MSC is going to start its work. What it is going to start? Once the request has been received, the MSC will send a request to the HLR that check a particular location. L.check is nothing but check a particular location of the user. Where he is located, where is home address, everything has been checked. Once all the information has been checked for a particular user, the HLR will send the acknowledgement back to the MSC that the user location has been checked. The user location of a user has been verified. Once it is over, again the MSC will send a request to the VLR that wherever the user is located, you have to update that location. Where the user is located, you have to update that location. That is location update. That has to be stored in VLR. Means he is moving in some of the locations. So in that location, it has to be updated in VLR. That is, you have to update the location. Once the location has been updated, the VLR will send back to the acknowledgement that I have updated the location, so you can carry forward. So MSC will know that HLR is also updated, VLR is also updated, and the next process is EIR. MSC will send the request to the EIR. EIR, that what is the main function of EIR? You have to check the particular user is in which list. The particular user is in which list? He is in a black list, he is in a white list, or he is in a gray list. Okay, everything has been checked. Once that user is in white list, so immediately that access has been opened. So if he is in blacklist or a gray list, the access will not be there. It is get disconnected here itself. Okay, it has to be request for a list check. So that person is in white list. The white list is nothing but he is in a daily communication. List. So equipment identity register, that is EIR, will send back to the acknowledgement that the person who is requesting the service is in a white list. So all the process has been over. All the process has been checked through the MSC, through HLR, through VLR, through EIR. Almost all the process has been completed. Okay, almost all the process has been completed. 80% of the work is over. Next, the MSC will send a request to the mobile station. Means what? User. We are the user. We are connecting the call. We are dialing the number. So MSC will send the request to the mobile station, please request for a key. Whenever you are dialing a number, your SIM card is having a key. That key has to be sent from MS to MSC. Okay. Once MSC has received that key, that MSC will send that key to the authentication center. Means what? While purchasing the SIM card, the key present in the SIM card, the same key is also present in the authentication center. The same key is also present in the authentication center. Whenever you are dialing the number, whenever multiple times you are dialing the numbers, at any time you are dialing the number for multiple times, this process has to be taken place. Before ringing, this process has to be taken place. Once the key has been received from mobile station to MSC, MSC will send that request to the authentication, that whatever the key stored in your authentication center and the key stored in a mobile station, is it matching or not? You have to check it. Once the authentication key, once the key is going to match, the key has been matched, that acknowledgement will be sent back to the authentication center to the MSC. So this process, 90% of the work is over. Key is also matched. Key is also matched. Okay. Once, okay, you are dialing your friend number. You are dialing your friend number. That number is also authentication is required. So MSC will send the request to the mobile station who is dialing the number. You have to send, that is MSIS number, MSISDN number 2. Means what? Contact number of your friend, that has to be checked. Okay, that has to be sent back to the from your MS to the MSC. Once the MSC is start ringing, once the ring has been done, so at that time, one channel has been released, that is SDCCH. The channel has been released, that is what? Standalone dedicated control channel. Once this channel has been released, your friend has picked the call. Once he picked the call, the one more channel has been released, that is a traffic channel. The final channel has been released, that channel is what? A traffic channel. Once both start communicating, you and your friend start communicating, the channel has been released, that channel has been called as a traffic channel. Once the communication is going on, final conversation has been going on. This is what the process, how the call has been connected to the other end of the user, from one end to the other end of the user, from one MS to the other MS, from one mobile station to other mobile station. So I will explain it again. So there are number of parameters has to be taken place for connecting the call. For connecting the call, we require some of the number of parameters. Which are those parameters? We already seen those parameters, seen those entities in GSM architecture. Okay. In that GSM architecture, what you have seen? Mobile station we have seen. BTS we have seen, that is base transistor station. BSC we have seen, that is base station controller. MSC we have seen, that is mobile switching center. HLR, home location register. VLR, visitor location register. EIR, equipment identity register. Authentication center, EUC, and MS2, that is mobile station 2 for the other end of the user. So always the BTS will access the mobile station of any of the user. Those mobile station will be accessing through some of the channel, that is BCCH, broadcast control channel, FCCH, frequency correction channel, and SCH, that is synchronization channel. Once you go, if you want to access any of the network, that is you require one channel, that is RACH, random access channel. Once it has to be reached, BSC will give one access grant. Grant has been given to the respective person who is going to access the network, that is access grant channel. Before that, once all the channel has been released, you have to check all the, it is irrespective of the informations, that is nothing but your that has to be checked, the location, where he is coming from, that has to be updated in the VLR, and it has to check if the user is in which list, that is in a white list, black list, or a gray list. Everything has been, all the process has been over, and it is required the key for authentication process. Once the key is going to match, and it is required the other end of your friend mobile number, that is MSISDN2. MSISDN2, that is the other end of the mobile users. It starts connected from one end of the user to the other end of the user. It starts ringing. Once it starts ringing, the one channel, the final channel has been released, that is SDCCH, standalone dedicated control channel. Once this channel has been released, once your friend has picked the call, the channel is, final channel is traffic channel, that is TCH. The conversation starts with the channel, that is TCH channel. So this is what the concept of GSM call procedure. GSM call procedure. Okay. Next, the point number 8, GSM services and features. GSM services and features. Which are the services it is going to provide, and what are the features main we are having? You are having your mobile, and you are having the SIM card. Okay. What are the services it is providing based on the plans? Based on the plans it is going to provide. If it is a prepaid or if it is a postpaid, depending on the plans, it is going to provide the services. That is what the concept of GSM services and features. What are the services? It is going to forward the call. When you make any call, that has to be forwarded, and it has to be connected to the other end of the user, that has to be taken care by this service order. Okay. Bearing of outgoing calls means what? Restricts of outgoing calls. Some of the times it is to be disconnected. The call has been disconnected. That has to be taken care by this service orders. And incoming calls has to be stopped because you don't have any recharge. That has, in that time you don't have any incoming calls. That services has to be provided by this service order. Advice of charge. That is EUC. Charge is nothing but what? Nowadays we are doing the prepaid only. Prepaid black. We are paying for 56 days, we are paying for 399 days. After 50 days, 56 days itself, our plan has been deactivated. So that has to be taken care by this service orders. So see, these are some of the services has to be taken place. Okay, call holding. You have your holding. If you want to hold the call, you can hold it by using your mobile. Call waiting. If you are in a call, another person is going to call, you are getting the that waiting of the call. Okay, that notification you are getting whenever the waiting is there. So that services, these are what some of the services we are getting. Multi-party services. If you want to speak for multiple number of, that is for 2 to 3 with your friends, conference, that has to be taken care by this service orders. And identification, we can do the identification from the Truecaller. If unknown number is there, if you want to put that unknown number in that Truecaller, you came to know that who is that person. That has to be used in this services. That is GSM services and features. In this GSM services, which are the main services it is providing is one is call forwarding, that is forwarding the calls. It is to restrict the outgoing calls. If you want to restrict any outgoing call, that has to be done. Bearing of incoming calls, that has to be restrict of incoming calls. Advice of charge, that has to be prepaid or postpaid, that has to be taken care by the service orders. If you want to hold the call, you can hold it. You are getting the notification of call waiting, that has to be one of the service. Multi-party services, if you want to speak for 2 to 3 persons, 2 to 3 friends, that has to be taken place. And you have to identify a particular number. If there is an unknown number, if you are not saved the particular number, you can see that person, who is that person, name of that person, by putting the number in the Truecaller. These are what some of the services that should be taken place. And most important or complexity service has to be provided is what? It has to be monitor a moving person. Means what? You are using your mobile, you are speaking whenever you are moving, whenever you are traveling, you are changing the location. That has to be monitored, that has to be tracked, that services has to be provided. That is the most important services. That is what the most complexity services has to be provided by this GSM services. Okay. Consumption of the battery. Battery consumption is very good nowadays. Once you charge for this, you are getting the charging of for a whole day. So battery consumption is very good, whatever whenever you are using your mobile. So these are what the some of the services. Okay. Already told you, but this services is mainly important for building relationship. Building relationship is what previously we are using the postpaid. That is after the call we are getting the messages that the 0.5 paise has been deducted. Okay, that has to be postpaid after the call. Nowadays we are using prepaid. Okay, that is what before any of the plans you have to pay before for 56 days. Any of the days, 28 days. That has to be two plans we are using. So good relationship has to be maintained with the service holders. That has to be service provider has to provide. Okay. Okay. And one more important service is nothing but what? Whenever we are going to purchase a SIM card, okay, once the SIM card has been activated, once the SIM card has been activated, the SIM card is going to activated that has to be programmed with the MSISDN. In that SIM card, the program has to be done with the network number of your telephone number of MSISDN, mobile subscriber integrated service digital number. That is your 10-digit mobile number. In the previously, once you purchase our SIM card, it takes minimum 2 to 3 days to activate that SIM card. Previously, for go for 5 to 6 years back, once you purchase a SIM card, okay, the operator will tell you that after 2 days you can insert that SIM card in your mobile, then and then only it will get activated. It takes 2 days to activate. But nowadays, once you purchase a SIM card, after 2 hours or after 3 hours, your SIM card will get activated. So see the technology, how the services has to be improved, has been improved. So this is what that has to be programmed inside the MSISDN, that is mobile subscriber integrated service digital number, that is of 10-digit digital number. Once you insert your SIM card in your mobile, once the SIM card has been activated, what you start doing? You start doing your register your contact number of your friends, contact number of your family friends, family members. Everything has to be provided by this service provider. Okay. Once the SIM card has been activated, all the information has to be stored in HLR. Once the SIM card has been activated, once you start store all the information, all the contact number of your friends, family members, everything, all the information has to be stored in HLR, that is home location register. When the SIM card has been activated, it will provide you the one of the feature that you are able to make a call and you are able to receive a call at anywhere, at any time, at any place where the network is available. This is one of the main key feature of your services or a main key feature of your mobile phone. So once the SIM card has been activated, once you stored all the contact number of your friends, family members, everything, the main key feature of this service is to your ability to make a call and your ability to receive a call anywhere at any time where the network is available. So this is the main key feature has to be provided by this service provider. Every SIM card contains a secret key. I already told you. Every SIM card, each and every SIM card has to be using a secret key, which is used to provide authentication and encryption services. Before providing any network, before connecting any call, it requires authentication. It requires a authentication, and it has to be taken care from the theft. Who is going to security is very important whenever you are going to apply, you are going to use your mobile phone for a better services. So this is what our concept of 2 points we have seen, that is of GSM call procedure and GSM services and features. So what is the GSM?